Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the English Learning Podcast. I'm your host, Jason.
And I'm Julia, your co-host. We're so excited to have you here today.
Today, we're diving into a topic that many English learners ask us about: how to speak English fluently. It's something that can feel challenging, but totally possible with the right approach.
Absolutely. Fluency doesn't mean speaking perfectly or without mistakes. It means speaking smoothly and confidently enough to be understood easily in everyday conversations.
Right, Julia. And in this episode, we're going to talk about what fluency really means, why it can be hard to achieve, and most importantly, practical tips and real examples to help you improve your fluency step by step.
We'll also do some role plays to show you natural ways to speak English in common situations, plus interactive exercises so you can practice along with us.
If you've ever felt stuck, nervous, or unsure when speaking English, this episode is for you. We'll share simple but effective strategies to help you sound more natural and confident.
So, whether you're at home, at work, or out with friends, by the end of this episode, you'll have new tools to make your English conversations smoother and more enjoyable.
Great. So, let's get started on your journey to speaking English. All right, Julia, before we jump into tips, let's talk about some common challenges learners face when trying to speak English fluently. What do you think is the biggest struggle for most people?
Oh, there are quite a few, Jason, but I'd say one of the biggest is fear of making mistakes. Many learners worry that if they say something wrong, people will judge them.
Yes, I hear that a lot. It's normal to want to be perfect, but the truth is, mistakes are part of learning. Even native speakers make mistakes sometimes.
Exactly. Another challenge is lack of confidence. Sometimes learners know the words but feel shy or nervous to speak out loud.
Right. That nervous feeling can make your mind go blank, or cause you to speak slowly, or stop altogether.
And there's also the problem of thinking in your native language instead of English. When you translate in your head, it slows down your speaking and makes it harder to sound natural.
Yes. When you think directly in English, it helps you respond faster and use the right words naturally.
Also, some learners struggle because they don't practice speaking enough. Maybe they listen or read a lot, but they don't get many chances to speak out loud.
That's a big one. Speaking is a skill like playing an instrument or a sport. You have to practice regularly to improve.
And finally, some learners focus too much on grammar rules or individual words instead of learning useful phrases and expressions that people really use in conversation.
Good point. Grammar is important, but focusing only on grammar can make you overthink and slow down your speech.
So, to sum up, the main challenges are fear of mistakes, lack of confidence, thinking in your native language, not practicing enough, and focusing too much on grammar instead of real conversation.
That's a great summary, Julia. But don't worry, because later in this episode, we'll share tips to overcome all these challenges.
Exactly. Remember, everyone learns at their own pace. The key is to keep trying and practicing, even when it feels hard.
Yes, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's how you grow.
So true. All right, are you ready to hear about the key factors that really help build fluency?
Absolutely. Let's jump into that next. All right, Julia, now that we know the common challenges, let's talk about the key factors that actually help you build fluency. What do you think is the most important?
I believe practice is the number one factor, Jason. You can learn all the grammar and vocabulary, but if you don't practice speaking regularly, it's hard to become fluent.
Absolutely. Practice helps train your brain and mouth to work together smoothly. Even just a few minutes of speaking each day can make a big difference.
Another important factor is listening. Listening to native speakers helps you get used to the sounds, rhythm, and flow of English.
Right. When you listen a lot, you start to recognize common phrases and expressions. That makes it easier to use them naturally when you speak.
Yes, and don't forget thinking in English. This is a big step because if you always translate from your native language, it slows down your speech.
That's so true. Thinking directly in English helps you respond faster and speak more confidently.
Also, learning chunks or phrases instead of just individual words can really boost your fluency. When you memorize phrases like, "How are you doing?" or "Can I help you?" you don't have to build sentences from scratch every time.
Good point, Julia. Phrases are like building blocks. The more blocks you know, the easier it is to speak smoothly.
And one more factor: confidence. It's important to believe in yourself and not worry too much about mistakes. The more confident you are, the easier it is to speak freely.
Absolutely. Confidence comes with practice and positive thinking.
So to sum up, practice speaking regularly, listen a lot, think in English, learn useful phrases, and build your confidence.
That's a great list, Julia. If you focus on these key factors, you'll see your fluency improve step by step.
And in the next part of our podcast, we'll show you these ideas in action with some real conversations.
Perfect. Let's get into our first role play. All right, Julia, let's jump into our first role play. Imagine you meet a new friend at a park. I'll be the new friend, and you can be yourself.
Sounds fun. I'm ready.
Hi, I don't think we've met before. I'm Jason. What's your name?
Hi, Jason. I'm Julia. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Julia. Do you come to this park often?
Yes, I try to come here every morning. It's a great place to relax and practice English.
That's cool. Are you learning English?
Yes, I am. I want to speak fluently so I can talk with more people and travel easily.
That's a great goal. How do you practice speaking English?
I listen to podcasts, watch videos, and try to speak with friends. Sometimes I even talk to myself.
Haha, that's a good idea. Talking to yourself can help you practice without pressure.
Exactly. And I try to learn useful phrases and use them in conversations.
That's smart. So, what's your favorite English phrase right now?
I like "How's it going?" because it's casual and easy to use with friends.
Nice. I'll use that one too. Well, Julia, it was great talking with you.
Thanks, Jason. It was nice meeting you.
See you around.
That was a simple, friendly conversation that anyone can practice. Notice how we used short sentences and common phrases like, "What's your name?" and "How's it going?"
Yes, and the flow was natural with pauses to think, but no long breaks. This is the kind of speaking you should aim for.
Right. It's okay to take a moment before answering, but keep the conversation moving.
Great! Up next, we'll break down some of the useful phrases from this role play. All right, Julia, let's talk about some useful phrases we used in that role play with a new friend. These are great to know and practice because you'll hear and use them all the time.
Yes. The first phrase is, "I don't think we've met before." It's a polite way to introduce yourself when meeting someone new.
Right. It's softer than just saying, "We haven't met." It shows friendliness and starts the conversation nicely.
Next is, "Do you come to this park often?" This is a common way to ask if someone visits a place regularly. It's a good way to find common interests.
Exactly. You can change it to other places, too, like, "Do you come to this cafe often?" Or "Do you visit this library often?"
Another phrase is, "Are you learning English?" It's a simple question, but important because it shows interest and invites the other person to talk about themselves.
Yes, and following that, "How do you practice speaking English?" is a great way to learn about someone's study habits and share tips.
We also used "How's it going?" That's a very casual way to ask, "How are you?" It's friendly and common in everyday conversations.
It's perfect for informal chats with friends or people your own age.
And finally, "See you around" is a casual way to say goodbye when you expect to meet again sometime.
Right. It's less formal than goodbye, but warm and friendly.
So, by learning these phrases, you get comfortable speaking English naturally without worrying about grammar too much.
Exactly. Try to memorize these phrases and use them in your daily conversations.
And remember, it's okay to pause and think before you speak. Practice makes perfect.
All right, next we'll show another common real-life situation with a new role play.
Can't wait. Let's go.
All right, Julia. For our next role play, let's imagine you're in a new city and need to ask someone for directions. I'll be the person you ask.
Sounds good. I'm ready. Excuse me, could you please help me? I'm looking for the city library. Do you know where it is?
Sure. The city library is not far from here. Walk straight down this street for 2 blocks, then turn left at the traffic light.
Okay. Walk straight for 2 blocks, then left at the traffic light. Got it.
After you turn left, you'll see the library on your right. It's a big building with glass windows.
Thank you so much. How long does it take to get there?
It should take about 10 minutes on foot.
Great. Thanks again for your help.
You're welcome. Have a nice day.
You too. Bye. That was a helpful conversation. Notice how I used polite phrases like, excuse me, and could you please help me, to be polite and respectful.
Yes, and the directions were clear and easy to understand. With simple steps like walk straight, turn left, and you'll see.
Exactly. When you ask for help or directions, it's good to repeat the instructions to make sure you understand.
That's right. And don't forget to thank the person. It makes the conversation friendly and positive.
Perfect. Up next, we'll share some tips on how to sound more natural when speaking English.
Let's do it. All right, Julia. Now that we've seen some real conversations, let's talk about how to sound more natural when you speak English. What do you think is one key tip?
I think one important tip is to pay attention to your intonation. That means the rise and fall of your voice when you speak.
Exactly. English isn't just about words. It's about how you say them. Intonation helps show your emotions and makes your speech more interesting.
For example, when you ask a question, your voice usually rises at the end, like, are you coming? See how my voice goes up?
Yes. And when you make a statement, your voice usually goes down at the end, like, I'm coming. That helps listeners understand your meaning.
Another tip is to focus on rhythm and stress. English words have stressed syllables, and sentences have important words that get more emphasis.
Right. For example, in the sentence, I want to go to the store, the words want, go, and store are stressed because they carry the main meaning.
That's why it's important not to pronounce every word with the same emphasis. It makes your English sound more natural and easier to understand.
Also, don't be afraid to pause sometimes. Natural speakers pause to think or to give the listener time to understand.
Yes, pausing helps you speak clearly and avoid rushing. It's better than speaking too fast and making mistakes.
Lastly, try to link words together smoothly. Instead of stopping between every word, connect them like native speakers do. For example, what are you doing? Sounds like watch doing?
Great tip. Listening to native speakers can help you hear these patterns and practice copying them.
So, remember, intonation, rhythm, stress, pausing, and linking words are all key to sounding natural.
Keep practicing these tips, and your English will start to sound more like a native speaker's.
All right. Next up, let's get listeners involved with a fun fluency drill. All right, Julia. Now it's time for some interactive practice. Listeners, get ready to speak out loud with us.
That's right. We'll say some common English phrases slowly, and you repeat after us. This will help with your pronunciation and fluency.
Let's start easy. Repeat after me. How are you?
Great. Now say it again, a little faster. How are you?
Nice. Here's another one. What's your name?
Try saying it with a natural rhythm. What's your name?
Now this one is very useful. Can you help me?
Repeat it again, but sound polite. Can you help me, please?
Here's a longer phrase. Repeat after us. I'm learning English to speak fluently.
Say it slowly first. I'm learning English to speak fluently.
Now try it a bit faster. Like a natural conversation, I'm learning English to speak fluently.
Awesome. Remember, practice like this every day will help your fluency a lot.
Exactly. Keep repeating and don't worry about mistakes.
All right, listeners, keep practicing with us and soon you'll feel more confident speaking English.
Great job, everyone. Up next, we have a special challenge for you. All right, Julia, now it's time for our listener challenge.
Yes, this challenge is simple but powerful. We want you to speak English out loud for at least 1 minute every day.
That's right. Just 1 minute. Talk about anything you like. It could be your day, your plans, or what you're thinking about.
The important thing is to practice speaking regularly. Even 1 minute a day builds your confidence and helps your brain get used to English.
If you're nervous, don't worry. Start by speaking slowly and using simple sentences. It's okay to make mistakes.
You can even record yourself and listen later. This helps you notice areas to improve and track your progress.
Remember, consistency is key. Doing a little bit every day is better than doing a lot only once in a while.
So, start your 1 minute speaking challenge today. We believe in you.
And if you want, share your progress with us on social media using the hashtag #EnglishFluencyChallenge.
We'd love to hear from you.
All right, let's keep going. Up next, some final thoughts and motivation to help you stay on track. Well, Julia, we've covered a lot today about how to speak English fluently. Before we finish, let's remind our listeners of the most important points.
Definitely, Jason. First, fluency doesn't mean perfection. It's about speaking smoothly and confidently, even if you make mistakes.
Right. Don't let fear of mistakes stop you from practicing. Every mistake is a step forward in your learning.
And remember to practice regularly. Whether it's listening, speaking, or repeating phrases, consistency is what builds fluency.
Thinking in English and learning useful phrases will help your speaking sound more natural and easier.
Don't forget to focus on your confidence, believe in yourself, and celebrate your progress, no matter how small.
It's a journey, not a race. Keep patient and kind to yourself as you improve day by day.
And most importantly, enjoy the process. Find fun ways to practice, like talking with friends, watching movies, or listening to music.
Absolutely. The more you enjoy it, the easier and faster you'll improve.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode. We hope you feel inspired and ready to practice your English fluently.
Yes! Keep speaking, keep practicing, and keep believing in yourself.
We'll see you in the next episode with more tips and conversations.
Take care, everyone. Bye.